Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. What it do, what it do, what it do. What's good, everybody? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome back to Simple Sports Hub, where we talk all things Washington Commanders football. Hey, man, it is definitely a tough topic to talk about right now. Not tough, but it's an exciting conversation that we gotta have for. And if I could just get a few moments of you guys' time, ladies and gentlemen, what's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome back to another episode of Simple Sports Hub, man. First off, let's just go ahead. Let's talk about it, man. It has been reported that Mike McDaniels, the head coach from the Miami Dolphins, has been let go of his duties as head coach. And what does that mean, y'all? What does that mean as we are in search for a offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator for this team? We gotta have the conversation about this guy who is he's definitely one of the top now considered, head coaches that can be, offered and for one of the head coaching vacancies in the NFL right now. But we ain't talking about that. We talking about Mike McDaniels not getting a head coaching offer. We want him in Washington. And why do I say that? There are some ties to Mike McDaniel and his NFL career so far, and he has spoken a lot about it, even this past season when we faced the Miami Dolphins in Madrid. And that is his tenure and time with no other than Dan Quinn. Now, if you guys don't know, he was on Dan Quinn's, staff back in Atlanta as the offensive assistant. And he has a very, very unique play calling style that I think would work or go pair well with Jayden Daniels. Now, a lot of people that for those that didn't think, Cliff Kingsbury should have been let go. I'm one of those. I think he should have got one more year. This firing definitely stands out as one of the top discussions that DQ and AP has to have. And he also was on the coaching staff with Kyle Shanahan in with the 49ers. So he has close relations with our general manager and our head coach. And looking at the offense that Mike McDaniel has developed over there in Miami, and seeing a guy like Tua who doesn't have a strong arm, who has limited abilities, who's suffered with the concussions and things like that. It gotta have a conversation. We gotta have this conversation as is Mike McDaniel our number one target going into finding the next coach? You say Quinn is the one that may have to go. Hey, and we're gonna talk about that. We want to talk about that because that's another question for that's another the topic of discussion. And I'm not saying that we need to let go DQ, but hear my thought process about this, right? You bring in a guy like Mike McDaniels and you pair him with Jayden Daniels, who I would say Mike McDaniels been in Miami. If he had a guy with a stronger arm and a little bit of mobility and what he did with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Now, I'm not saying that we got a Tyreek Hill on our mob, but we got someone, probably better than Jalen Waddle, and that's Terry McLaurin. But just seeing, Tua lead the league in passing, maybe what 2 or 3 seasons ago, and then looking at how his offense is constructed and what DQ and what the reports that's been coming out about Cliff Kingsbury not marrying the run game with the pass game. Mike going to dominate himself to a OC when Cleveland already showed interest in him as a head coach. I, I don't think you looking at it from a demoting standpoint. Yes, it is a demotion. Like he's going back to being an offensive coordinator, and I get that part, and that's the major, and that's why it's still a topic of discussion, right? Um, that's why we gotta. That's why I wanted to go live and talk about it because yes, he's a head coach who's had success. Why would he demote himself to becoming a OC again? Well, one thing, two things can be true. He can be looking at the talent on these other head coaching opportunities and say, hey, man, I had a good 4 years. Maybe I need to dial in and learn a little bit more from a head coaching perspective so that I can be a better head coach than I was just, a head coach. But, because I think he lost the locker room in Miami. And people can say that he didn't. Cliff did it for us. The injuries of Jayden Daniels will affect him throughout his career like RG3 did, yeah. Next. The team he'd be a top 5 OC for sure. Yes, and that's all I'm saying. It's just the topic of I'm not saying that we're going to go and get this guy, that this guy is going to end up on this team. But you got to look at what we have going for us right now in offense. You got a franchise quarterback already in place. I think that's all he probably needed, was a guy with a stronger arm and a guy, and he runs the ball. This is the philosophy that DQ and AP wants to see more of. We seen what Achane can do, with a Mike McDaniel's calling plays. I'm just saying, like, you seen what he can do and how productive Achane was. He was a touchdown machine down in the red zone. Mike got fired. We got to go for him. Yes, KK. That's why I'm live, baby. We got to talk about it. I think pairing Mike McDaniel with Jayden Daniels will be a match made in heaven. Like that is definitely. And then you got guys like Lil Bill, our running back. You still can bring in a running back. It's still things, but I think the philosophy and the way that he constructs and calls the offense, he leans heavy on the run. He runs multiple formation. He's not just a under center guy. He runs everything. He can put everything together, and he knows how to adapt within the game. Yeah, hey, y'all see it here, man. Breaking news: Mike McDaniel is out in Miami. And again, that was my top. Like I was like, and again, it hasn't happened yet. But going into the offseason, I made a lot of videos on my YouTube page. I talked about it a little bit on here on my TikTok page, and I said, look, if Mike McDaniels, if they decide, because they need a new GM. And I know that John Harbaugh, him having ties with the Miami ownership and all that can be another match, and why you kind of seen it. But we saw right before the offseason, it was reports Mike McDaniel ain't going nowhere. Now they said when they seen John Harbaugh get fired, it's like, oh, then we got to consider, because if we get another GM, why not bring him in here? Why not bring him into the fold? So I didn't think they would fire him because they started winning towards the end. And I did too. I'm like, man, nah, they ain't going to let him go. I don't give a fuck. Arthur Blank better throw a blank check at Harbaugh. Hey, man, I don't care what happened to John Harbaugh. This don't come to New York. This don't go to New York. This don't go to New York and become a head coach in New York. We don't need you. We don't need you in the NFCs. All right, go somewhere else. Go to Atlanta. But let's get back to topic. I think pairing those two guys, the OC and Jayden Daniels, and the reason why I say that, right? This is a pivotal move for DQ as a head coach, because guess what? You go and get a guy that you're familiar with. He knows the philosophy of offense, because he was, under Kyle Shanahan in Washington and Atlanta and in San Francisco. So he knows the philosophy very well, and he has his own unique play calling style. He has, and you gotta be a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and he's admitted to it. And he plays the game dangerously from an offensive play caller, and I love that. I love that mentality. And I always said I want some young, innovative. I want a young, innovative OC and defensive coordinator. Give me at least one of those two, and I'd rather have Mike McDaniel, who I think is the top-notch OC potential OC candidate or head coach. So I'll say OC slash head coaching, because he's gonna get some head coaching opportunities first. Probably some people want to interview him. You got teams like the Ravens, Raiders, Titans may even consider him as a head coach, pairing him with Cam Ward. But I think what we have from the coaching, from the general manager, everybody is aligning with one another. They all have worked with one another in some way, shape, or form. And they've been around each other. So it's a match made in heaven. He goes to what ties do we have to Tennessee? He don't have no ties to Tennessee right now. Outside of him seeing a young QB in Cam Ward and say, hey, I can work with him and he can run the offense the way that I want him to run it, and then he can go there. But what do you get from a GM to head coach? And I mean, from a GM perspective, and say, can y'all work it out together? I think AP and Mike McDaniel can understand each other, because guess what? AP was in San Francisco with Kyle Shanahan. He knows the philosophy. He understands it. And that's kind of what he wants to see more of, according to a lot of the other reports that's been coming out. We ain't talking about that. I didn't move past that. But I'm excited, because this is a potential OC that I called when the season ended. I'm not saying that it's a stamp he's going to be here. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying simply we have somebody that we can go, and we got to make that interview when we bring him in the best interview that, like, hey, and look, this is my second tidbit to that. Say we do get Mike McDaniel. Say the things just don't work out with DQ. He cannot get the defense to complement the offense as much as he, Hey, D Money, I know you're excited about that fire and y'all defensive coordinator, man. Next, I hope the next guy, Ravens or Commanders. Hey, the Ravens definitely have a shot because they have another, top tier quarterback that he can go and make things work, and he has a solidified defense already. So that is the better. If you had to ask me, from a player personnel, they got the shit over there. They got it. They got it in Baltimore. They got the quarterback. They got a nice running back. They got a speedy receiver in Zay Flowers. They have what he would probably interest him at, but is he I heard some Ravens fans say they don't see him as a head coach. They see him more as a offensive coordinator. But hey, if he get another head coaching job to go to Baltimore, I think he takes that opportunity. Don't get me wrong. But back to, if you bring in a Mike McDaniel and things don't work out with DQ, this is for everybody that say, oh, we need to get rid of DQ. DQ need to go. That is your next. That is your hire within AP. That is, you even looking at that like, all right, man, in the back of your head, you ain't gonna never tell DQ this. But hey, if things don't work out and our offense is still productive and our defenses don't show up, man, shit, why not just go ahead and get what it do, Art? What it do, everybody? What's going on? Everybody, to the Twitter family, to the TikTok community, to the YouTube community. What it do? What's good with everybody? Hey, man, we are talking about the breaking news that just came out, man. Mike McDaniel has been let go from the Miami Dolphins. And is he a potential offensive coordinator that DQ and AP should go after, like, right now? Right now. DQ and AP should be talking to Mike right now, for sure. I want Jim Schwartz for our DC, and that's in Dallas. We ain't worried about Dallas D Money. We talking about our Tay Young, yo, what it do, my guy? We need that head coach from Arizona to be our DC. Oh, Gannon, what's his name? Rich Gannon or something like that. I think that's his name. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Hey, DC, we gonna talk about defensive coordinator a little bit, but let's focus on this offense. Do y'all think that a matchup with you need McDonald? Oh, McDonald in Seattle, he ain't going nowhere. Hell no, Rich Gannon ass. That's one of the YouTube comments, man. One of the guys from the YouTube page said Rich Gannon is ass. When you are playing in a bad organization, ain't nobody gonna look at you as a like again. We potentially are setting up an interview with Graham. I forgot his first name. Graham from the Las Vegas Raiders, and everybody like, damn, bro, like look at his defensive rank. He's some shit. Like, why would we go after him? But hey, we don't want Matt. We don't want Matt. We good on Matt. He can stay in DC. I mean, in Dallas or go to somewhere else. We good on Matt. You know how JD5 has been fumbling a few times this season. Do you think he should wear gloves? Nah. I don't think, again, like I say, Jayden Daniels' offseason focus should be working on his pocket presence, security of the ball, and also remaining a passer when he scrambles out the pocket. Those are my three things that I want him to work on this all season. He can throw the ball. We know he can throw the ball. He can throw every route that there is on the field. He don't have limitations from throwing the ball at all. His only limitations is security of the ball when traffic gets to him, and being able to maneuver inside and outside of the pocket. You don't have to always evade. You can just step up, step back, step up, slide left, slide right. Those are the things I want him to get better going into year 3. And then when he does get out of the pocket, understand this: 2 to 3 yards, 4 yards. If you see danger, get the fuck down, get out of harm's way. And if you don't get out of and if you do, keep your eyes down the field, because 9 times out of 10, somebody is open down there. Got to keep your eyes open. I'm wondering how JD would play with the new offensive system, with the new OC, since Cliff made it easier, and get stronger too. Yes, he has to work on his lower body and upper body, and I think we will see that. Anthony Weaver, another solid DC. He is, but is he going to leave Miami to go? I mean, well, he's probably going to be an option because what is being said about the guys, you know, the GM, the new GM, they're probably going to want to bring in a new like OC, head coach, and DC. So yes, he may be an option, but does he have ties? I don't think DQ is going to go outside of what he knows. I don't. Baltimore going to bring in Flores and McDaniel as OC. But why would McDaniels go to, you know, Baltimore when he could come in and run with, you know, DQ? And if DQ get let go, he the next guy. Because if he already suited to be a head coach or have head coach opportunities this all season, and he comes in and flourish, but the defense don't show up, and these are all hypotheticals, right? But I'm just saying that Mike McDaniel will have a chance to be a Washington, you know, head coach. He got another chance. Hopefully he'll stay with, you know, he's indebted to DQ, like he said. Now, does that mean he'll come and call offense for us for a year or two? We don't know. Only reason I was asking is because Lamar started to wear gloves. He did. I didn't really see. In cold games, I've seen Lamar wear gloves, but normal, you know, warm temperature, I don't see Lamar wearing gloves. That's just me. One answer, Lamar, no disrespect to no disrespect to JD5. I'm not mad at Lamar. If he goes to like wherever he goes, I wish him nothing but the best. But for right now, we talking about him coming to Washington. I know what Lamar has and how good he is as a quarterback. Yes, the Baltimore Ravens, if it's not a head coach, or even him say, all right, well, let me take an offensive coordinator opportunity. That's a good opportunity too. He did. He had one on his left. Oh, he did this season. I ain't see it. I ain't watched a lot of Baltimore Ravens games. Was that towards the end of the season? That game up in Pittsburgh? If that was up in Pittsburgh, then yeah, I can see. Yeah, it's cold as fuck up there. It's cold as shit. McDaniels would be sick. I would love to see him at OC. I definitely would. We got to get some of Shanahan or McVay for OC. KK, you are 100% right. And that's Mike McDaniels. That's this guy right here. He is a product of the Kyle Shanahan offense. The Shanahan's offense. That is Mike McDaniels with a little bit more innovation. Yeah, he's been wearing a glove this season. Okay, I don't know why. I didn't watch a lot of their games. When I was watching the Baltimore Ravens, I was just watching Daniel Falele because they talk so bad about him, and I was looking at him. It's like, I was watching the game, but I just didn't notice him wearing a glove. That's all. McDaniel will be heading to Philly, and here go the Philly fans. Philly, why do y'all need McDaniel, bro? Why do y'all need to make Mike McDaniel? Why? What? Y'all good. Y'all are the greatest team on planet Earth. Y'all are the greatest team on planet Earth. Why do y'all need Mike McDaniel? I don't get it. I don't get why y'all need him. Why do y'all need him on y'all team? You say Philly can't have Joe Witt. They don't want Joe. They don't want Joe Witt. Trust me. McDaniel is fruity enough for I ain't okay. Yep. You think he might go to the Raiders? Only reason why I say I don't see him going to the Raiders. Yes, he would take the head coaching job. Don't get me wrong. But I just don't see him. It's too much that needs to be done. One, he will have to find him a franchise quarterback. Now, granted, he can go and get Dante Moore or Mendoza out of the draft and work with them. They may give him a little bit more free reign to bring in the personnel that he wants and things like that. But I just think that it's too much. He said they can have for Leonard McDaniels would be great for college. McDaniels will be great for the Washington Commanders offensive coordinator position. I don't know what y'all talking about. I like McDaniel as OC. Yes, me too. I like him as an offensive coordinator. I think that he belongs in Washington. I said this as the season ended. I said if some way, somehow, Mike McDaniels gets let go from the Philadelphia, from the Miami Dolphins, that is the OC that I'm going after if Cliff Kingsbury had got a head coaching job. I called it. McDaniel future Eagles OC. No, Caleb, that's not happening. Cliff is already gone. Crank. Harbaugh to Giants, Flores to Cleveland, head coach Lockett. Hey man, Flores is about to go to Baltimore for an interview, man. Y'all don't like Brian Flores in Baltimore? Why it's not happening? Petula is done for. If Petula get y'all back to the Super Bowl and the offense shows up and shows out, why would y'all get rid of Petula? He got JD resigned, Debo, Scary Terry. Y'all just need tight end and another wide receiver threat, probably a stable running back. And Isaiah Likely is that tight end. If it ain't Cal Pitts, it's Isaiah Likely, who played in Baltimore. So he can go ahead, come on down 95 Slim. I mean, head to Ashburn and get him a nice little apartment or something like that. And, suit up for the Commanders next year. Sorry, y'all. I'm entertaining both chats. Y'all, I'm doing my live TikTok from my phone. I need to go get another camera for my desktop because for some reason, TikTok Studio don't want to integrate with StreamYard, and I gotta have dual cameras. So Likely is better than Pitts. Hey, I ain't gonna argue that. I ain't gonna argue that. I am not gonna argue that at all. As a Ravens fan, I want defensive focus head coach, and my man said the same thing. That's cool. He probably won't be back with us, fam. I hope y'all get him and he flourish with y'all. Hey, me too. And y'all coached him up right, bro. Y'all did y'all big one with Isaiah Likely. And then let him go ahead and come and flourish and be the next Zach Ertz, but even better. In Washington with our OC. Hey man, TikTok, keep double tapping that screen, y'all. We trying to get it up to 1,000 likes. Appreciate you. But Mike McDaniels, man, the wide gap or wide whatever type of philosophy that he is trying to run. Hey yo, with the follow, appreciate it, my guy. Appreciate you. Likely ain't a McDaniel tight end. He can't block, but you got John Bates that can block. You can put another. Hey, you can put another. You got a blocker already on the roster. You already got a blocker. John Bates and Ben Sinnott. You can run the. Hey, Zach Ertz couldn't block, and he didn't want to block, and he lined up out wide, and that's where we can use Isaiah Likely at. Why would Mike McDaniel go anywhere except Philly or San Francisco? Why would he go to San Francisco and Kyle Shanahan is calling the offense? I don't know about that one, Caleb. If we don't land Pitts or Likely, I would be highly disappointed. I would too. Zach Ertz is going to retire. I don't know. We're gonna see. I think he wanna end his career on a fully healthy season, whether that's with or without the Washington Commanders. But yeah, good luck to him. Now, I haven't really been diving too much into defensive coordinators yet, because there's just so many names out there, so many different routes that we can go. I doubt Brian Flores. Brian Flores, and again, this is Mike McDaniel is only an option if he don't land another head coaching opportunity. And there's 7 opportunities out there. He very well could land another head coaching job somewhere else. Somebody else may want to bring him in, and he might want to be another head coach. He may not want to take a year off from being a head coach and go and coach and be an offensive coordinator. He might just want to go straight into another job. And there are opportunities out there for him. Now, that's him betting on himself again, but I just think that the better situation is, he said, nah, he going back to OC. Hey, man, until I hear from him and until he make a decision to sign with the Washington Commanders, do you like Dan Q as the Commanders head coach? Yes, I do. I think DQ is a better suited head coach than he is a defensive coordinator. Regardless of what people are saying and what our record showed this year, he did not lose that locker room. That locker room was still trying their best to figure out how to get wins by any means necessary. You heard it from the players themselves. Now, was they being PC? We don't know. We can't speculate on that. I can only take them at their word. And hearing guys like Javon Kinlaw, Bobby Wagner, Terry McLaurin, and Sam Cosmi, we riding for DQ. We riding for DQ. Like, we want to figure this thing out for DQ. He has turned everything around in Washington. So I think he's a better leader of men, which is why we seen the glimpse of success when he didn't have to. And granted, him taking over the defensive coordinator didn't hurt us because we was already out of it. Him taking over the defense was like, hey, I gotta let go Joe Witt. He ain't getting it done. And before I lose my job, I gotta remove. I gotta move on. So you've been watching the Hard Knocks episodes. I watched a little bit of it. I ain't gonna lie. When we didn't have nothing to fight for, I stopped tuning in. But I'm gonna catch up onto the last couple of episodes. McDaniel should be calling plays in San Francisco. He did his last year in San Francisco. Philly offers, money, in the bag. Man, fact, y'all ain't lay down this season. Y'all fought it pretty much every game. Damn near, we did. There was some games that we got blown out, and that's, hey, it is what it is. Hey, it happened. But towards the end of that season, that team was still fighting for DQ. I don't care what nobody say. Now the whole question, man, no, they shouldn't have been fighting because we needed that 5th overall pick. I get it. I ain't arguing that. It is what it is. But you seen them still come out. Even with a 3rd-string quarterback, they was trying to win by any means necessary. Realistically, I think DQ is really the only head coach that can do that still in the NFL. Hey, and that's a strong statement. I agree with you. Yeah, bro, I skipped the episode when my Birds blew the 21 lead in Dallas. It's all good. It is all good. Philly going to offer McDaniel a huge bag. Hey, JP, you know that it's not no cap space on the bag that's been thrown out there. Just because Philly got a bag, Commanders got a bag too. He can say, hey, we can match a bag for bag. You know what I'm saying? These are multi-millionaires, like some of them may be billionaires. The bag ain't nothing. Giving him money I don't think that's going to lure him or make him sway for where he goes. I don't think he's doing it for the money anyway. I'm glad the Commanders won Week 18 because I'd much rather play the banged up Niners than Green Bay. Elroy with the fucking follow. Appreciate it. Hey, if you're a Philly fan and y'all speak so boldly about y'all team, y'all should be ready to play whoever comes up on y'all roster. That's all I'm going to say. Which coordinator spot do you think is more important, higher defense or offense? Both are important. I feel like that defense really let us down, even with both sides having big injuries. I'm going to say this, Don. Damn, that's a tough one because I'm a defensive-minded person. I want us to get a defensive-minded guy. I mean, a great defensive coordinator. But because we got our franchise QB and we need to hit the ground running with that, like we got to still be able to put up points with any other offense. At least, I mean, we got to still be able to put up points. I'm gonna say offense, because the defense still needs to be reconstructed personnel-wise, and I don't think we can fully reconstruct the defense in this one off season. I think it's going to take multiple seasons to get the defense where we want to get at. I think you get a savvy vet defensive coordinator that can try to work with that can build young talent and make young talent play at a, veteran experience level. And then you still try to, roll in the younger guys. That's just me. But yeah, I would say offensive coordinator, man. And all the reason I say I was a coordinator because, I mean, even though there's 2 big names, like Brian Flores is a big name as a defensive coordinator, but I still think that there's other defensive coordinators out there that the Commanders can go after and help change things around. That's just me. McDaniel with Daniels will be OP. See, you JP, you see the flow that McDaniels with Daniels Slim. You know what I'm saying? That shit just float. Like, damn, it's a match made in heaven. I'm trying to tell you, man. They already probably talking to each other. I did say this is that whoever the offensive coordinator is, Jayden Daniels, Laramie Tunsil, we need to get that deal done ASAP early. Never late. AP, don't fuck around. We do not want another Terry McLaurin situation since that was such a big issue going into the season this past season. And Terry McLaurin, all 3 of those players need to be involved with the interview of whoever the offensive coordinator is. And the only reason why I say that is because you want to match the offensive coordinator with your 3 top positions that we have right now. And that's Terry McLaurin, who's our number 1 receiver right now. And that's Jayden Daniels, who's our franchise quarterback, and Laramie Tunsil, because he is going to be able to decipher, hey, I think this would be a good, O-line like type of scheme, like whoever his O-lineman is going to be. JP with the follow, appreciate it, my guy. What's your thoughts on Trae Young to the Wizards? I'm not a Wizards fan. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I hope it work out. I was just telling my brother he a Wizards fan. They got 3 guard heavy, 3 guards that's. How you gonna fit those 2? Trae Young, Bub Carrington, and Trey Johnson. How you gonna fit those 3 guys in your offense now? I'm not a Wizards fan, man. I'm a LeBron James fan. When LeBron James came into the league, I stopped supporting the Washington Wizards. Please don't unfollow me because of that. I was never a huge basketball fan anyway. I'm a football guy. I'm a football guy, in and out. That's me. That's my sport. Mike Flores still signed unless he got a head coach job. He didn't get fired as DC. in Minnesota. Now his contract was up though. I thought his contract, this was the last year of his contract, which made him a free agent. And if I'm wrong, I apologize on that. What is that? East Bangers, Southeast? I mean, SC22. Y'all names be. I thought my name was like a little, fluffy. Simple Sports Hub, but y'all names be like, y'all sound like some killers. You a Commanders fan? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all don't see the W for no reason, Slim? Yeah, big Commanders in the building. Appreciate everybody that's tuning in on TikTok and YouTube right now. We are currently discussing, does Mike McDaniel foresee himself being another head coach in 2026 and decides to become an offensive coordinator for the Washington Commanders and pairing himself back up with DQ and AP? That's the discussion. Flo will get a bunch of interviews, but no head coach offers. And that's another thing. Him in that Miami situation and the whole tanking and he should have lost the game and all that. I think that it rubbed a lot of owners the wrong way. So E Street Banger, E Street. So if that's E Street Banger, the way I know who I know to be E Street Banger, that's Brody. What up, bro? What up? Get my guy, you at work doing nothing. You should be off work now. What's good, Brody? Appreciate bro in the YouTube chat. What it do? So I damn sure know why he was talking about the Ravens now. No, I couldn't unfollow for that. My brother is Wizards and Raiders. Yeah, man. Are you in the crib? That's what's up. I already know what that. Yeah. My man, that thing blowing it down. But hey, man, this is a great opportunity for DQ and the Washington Commanders. Now, if they can pull it off, it would like change the whole mindset and mentality of how we look at the Cliff Kingsbury situation and us letting him go, or them parting ways because of whatever the whatever the issue was with the management and Cliff and the muddling and all that kind of stuff. I'll say this: when it comes to when you have a failing season like we did, you're going to hear certain things. Now, certain organizations that just don't leak out certain conversations or issues that may have risen in an organization, but it's Washington. It's Washington. We thought we got rid of all the leakers and the people that's going to speak to the media and let shit get outside of the organization, but it seems like it's still there. It seems like whoever came, Josh Hurts and them taking over AP, there's some whistleblowers inside the organization. And it could have been by AP or DQ themselves, or it could have been, Cliff Kingsbury agent hearing some shit and leaking it out, putting it out there and all that. We don't know. And Flo hired co-offensive coordinators. Mike McDaniel will work with DQ. McDaniel's run game will help DQ's defense immensely. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. And that's why I think it's a great matchup. It's a great matchup, y'all. We got the cap space to still boost and make our offense even better. We got some cap space to bring in, some other, young, talented defensive players. We got a top pick that we could either trade back or bring in a top tier talent in the first, Caleb Downs, David Bailey, guys like that. And that's going to be a key, attribute to whoever the defensive coordinator is. Like, what do y'all look for? What do y'all want? Like, are we going into a 3-4 type scheme? Do you even really see 3-4 like outside of the Ravens and the Steelers? I don't know, man. I think more defenses run that hybrid style defense. Raheem Morris is a name. There are some other defensive coordinators that I've been looking at. I just can't remember the names right now. But right now, my main focus is trying to land Mike McDaniels into Washington. Vance Joseph for Denver Broncos. The only thing, JP, I say about anybody that's a defensive coordinator in a winning situation, why would they leave a winning situation if they don't get a head coaching job? What would be enticing for them to leave? The same thing for Brian Flores. If he's still on the contract, why would he leave Minnesota to come and coach our defense? I only see guys that are on winning situations. I mean, Minnesota wasn't winning. Don't get me wrong. They didn't have a winning season, but he had a successful defense. They fixed the quarterback situation. Yeah, Mike McDaniel probably getting a head coaching job, and that's very likely. If you had to ask me, and I'll be realistic with y'all, his first option is going to be another head coaching job, without a doubt. One of those 7 teams are going to try to offer him another head coaching job. That's just what. Now, I'm only speaking as if the conversation is only being had if he doesn't get a head coaching job or he doesn't even accept one. What's the next thing? He's going to be an OC somewhere. Now, when we say he's going to be an OC somewhere, what would he rather be at? My man, my bro, the Ravens fan, would he rather go up to Baltimore, you know what I'm saying, and work with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry and Zay Flowers? Or would he rather come and work with DQ, AP again, and work with Jayden Daniels, Terry McLaurin, and a question mark at tight end? They definitely got a good offense up there in Baltimore. And it's definitely, I just looked up Kevin McConnell said he doesn't see him leaving. And that could be very well true. That could be very well true. I mean, how can you, if he get ahead, if they allow him to go out there and take interviews for head coaching, he won't roll out if he get the right opportunity. Eagles thinking that they're gonna get him as an OC. Eagles think they're gonna get everybody, bro. KC probably. Kansas City. Ooh, breaking news: Marshawn Lattimore has been arrested for weapon charges in Lakewood. Cameron, is that real? Is that real? I ain't seen no reports coming on that. That'd be wild. That'd be wild. That'd be wild if he got yeah. But he most definitely leaving if he get a head coaching opportunity for sure. For sure. Brian Flores, if he gets another chance to call to be a head coach, but I think he will be a phenomenal head coach, he's going to take that opportunity. And that could be Baltimore. I really can see Brian Flores taking over the Baltimore job because they have the young talent on that defense. Yes, they're going to have to make some different moves to strengthen their defense. But Brian Flores hey, man, can I work with the Raiders defense over the Ravens? Can I work with the Falcons defense over the Ravens? The Titans over the like y'all see, like it's definitely Brian Flores. If he gets a true opportunity, I think he's really gonna be looking at Baltimore opportunity just because, hey, they got the young pieces already in place, 2 safeties, a young cornerback, a linebacker who has some bad games, but is a stout linebacker already. Of course, they got to address the pass rusher, but guess what this draft offers this season? They offer a lot of pass rushers. You don't have to get one in the first round. You can get one in the second round. Mike Green can, and that's another young piece right there for the Baltimore Ravens. I ain't talking about the Baltimore Ravens and assessing they team. Fuck them for right now. You think the offense is going to take a bigger hit than we think? No, I do not. I'm in prayers. Mike McDaniel. Yes, sir. Same here. Dolphins have a shot at Harbaugh, maybe. Yes. He has ties with the ownership. That it's been reported John Harbaugh has ties with the ownership in Miami. Now, how it plays out, we will see. We will see. Now, Flores in Miami wasn't that good. They going to need but their defense was all right. I believe their defense, they had all right. Brian Flores had them playing good defense. I'm not saying they was playing great defense because their team wasn't winning. Don't get me wrong. I think more of that came from the offensive side, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Flores has pending lawsuit against the NFL. He won't take a job that undermines his lawsuit. And that's true too. And that's why I say, like, it would. You think we should go out to David Bailey? David Bailey or Caleb Downs is my 2 selections at number 7. I would rather go over David Bailey. I want a pass rusher. I want somebody that can win on first and second down. I would love to have Caleb Downs. I would not be that upset if we didn't get a pass rusher and they said, "Oh, with the 7th overall pick, the Washington Commanders select Caleb Downs." Hey, shit, nigga, I'm just as excited. I'm going to be happy. But I'm going to say, darn it, I want a pass rusher. I want a pass rusher. But I just believe that what you're saying, right, is East Street Bangers. Pass rusher helps the DBs out. And I think that I've been scouting safeties and corners. You can go and get you a legitimate corner safety in the 3rd round. It's actually 2 of them. One play for Notre Dame and the other one play for Toledo. What do you think if our top 3 running backs were Rachaad White, Bill, and Rodriguez? I really became a big Rodriguez fan this season. He runs with aggression and always falls forward. I would like a Rasheed White as a passing running back, pass catching running back. He can be the Austin Eckler of our offense, if not a little bit more shifty and better. I think Rashad White would fit with that offense if Mike McDaniel go ahead and make his way to DC. Lord Bill is going to be that guy next year. I think he's gonna put on a little bit more weight just to be able to run in between the tackles a little bit better. And C-Rod is your thumping running back. All three of those running backs would work well, but I think you got to just rely on one. Like, it's okay to one, maybe two guys, but to try to fit to have a running back by committee type of offense, I don't know, man. Philly corners ain't top notch, but their front four mean exactly. Redskins can trade down to 11 and 15 and still get Mesidor or Styles. Only thing about Mesidor, he's already 25. Mesidor is not his age alone, and I'm not saying that he's not a good talent. Why would you take a 25-year-old pass rusher in the top 10 or top 15? I think you're gonna see Mesidor probably go like late first, maybe early to mid second. That's just me. Nikki from the Commanders said Marshawn Lattimore has been arrested in Lakewood for charges. Oh, she did? Hold on, y'all. Let me see something real quick. Hold on real quick. Let me see. Let me go check my Instagram. I mean, not my Instagram, my Twitter. Let's see. Where Nikki at? Because I follow her. Oh, yep. There you go. Hold on. He's been taken into custody for carrying concealed weapons. What? If he has a concealed license, why he been taken into custody? I don't know. But Styles and extra picks, but I get it. Nah, Styles is I like Sony Styles. Sony Styles is a freak linebacker, 6'4", 6'5". I want to see what his 40 time is going to be. I think he's going to run in the mid 4.5s, or probably on the back end of a 4.5. But if that is the case, I still want a pass rusher. I still want us to go. If we trade back, see, Simba, I was just telling you the Dolphins were finna let Mike go. I said it too, we both agree with it. I said that was my number one. Cameron, you was right, bro. I see them talking about it heavily on Twitter right now. You ain't lying. Some reliable people. And Nikki said it too. I saw her tweet. Appreciate the update though. Marshawn Lattimore is about to be up out of there anyway. He's about to be gone out of DC. They want to get that 18 million back in cap. We did both agree with it. I said if Mike McDaniels get let go, and my man E Street Bangers on the YouTube channel, he saw it. It's like what GM wants to. A GM that comes in and takes on that job, they want their guys. They're going to want their guys, just like they're going to want their quarterback. If they don't have one, and if they need one, which the Miami Dolphins do, they don't want to roll with their guys. And it's not saying that Mike McDaniel couldn't get the job done with another, GM, but if the GM don't want them, you can't really make something work that the GM don't want to work. And they want to bet them taking the job, a 5-year job, on them losing, or if they get it wrong, they want to get it wrong with their guys. That's all. They're going to clean. Anthony Weaver is going to be an option for a head coach or a defensive coordinator. He just is. McDaniels is going back to Cleveland to team up with Jim Schwartz. Hey, man. Why would he go to Cleveland, though? They still trying to figure out what 4 quarterbacks they going to play. Like that. Jayden Daniels, I'm gonna give the Ravens fan, my bro. Why would he choose Cleveland over the Ravens or the Washington Commanders? Won't be surprised if he's cut as soon as today. Cameron, yeah, I think the writing is on the wall, because again, even if it's not because of the charge issue, how is he going to come back from a torn ACL injury on the back half of his career? Do you want to take your chances on that? Now that means that we got to find another cornerback, and we don't have a lot of picks going into this draft. So I think the writing is on the wall for Marshawn Lattimore. It's just about when we see the news break. Rush offense is going to stay because that's what JD5 is used to, or expect the offense to be different. I think you're going to see a different philosophy if you get a Mike McDaniel. You're going to see, and this is what this is what DQ and AP was kind of, you're going to see a better marriage of running pass being called. And if you see the run working, why would you get away from the run? If the run is so successful, why aren't we leading with the run? Why aren't we establishing the run a lot early on in the game so that we can make the play action work even more? That's just my thoughts. Now we was forfeiting yards per game from a rushing perspective. And I'm gonna ask the Commanders fan, when y'all watch that game, did y'all see a successful run game? I didn't. I'm sorry. Mike McDaniels really know how to scheme receivers open too. Exactly. He got the motions. He got the he knows how to, motion, and he would Terry McLaurin is probably on the phone with DQ. Hey, get me Mike McDaniel. Matter of fact, put me on the phone with that nigga right now. He can see himself being a Tyreek Hill. Not saying that the production is going to be the exact same, or you're going to see the same flash from a speed perspective, but how he utilized Tyreek Hill by motioning him into tight, into where he's going to get a linebacker or a safety on him rather than a cornerback, instead of a Cliff Kingsbury offense that sits his ass strictly on the left side of the field all season. That's just my thing. The hot meat sent by my man, Triple OG Cole. What it do, my guy? McDaniel, and that's enough. I did hear McDaniels to Detroit as the OC. That would be crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. That definitely, with those two running backs, I don't know if they get David Montgomery back, or he wants to come back, but that would be crazy. Bills getting tired of McDormand. If they don't win at all, they may fire him too. That is an option, not all season. Bills getting okay. I read that already. Mike McDaniel really know how to scheme. Yes, he does. I like that. I like a McDaniels here. Chiefs make Mike their OC with the promise to he gets a head coach. Andy Reid ain't going nowhere. Andy Reid is going to be there for about another 6, 7, 8 years. Mike McDaniel ain't waiting for that. Mike McDaniel ain't waiting for that. Do you like Patrick Graham? I'm gonna be honest with you. That guy. I haven't heard. I don't know much about Patrick Graham. This is my first time. I didn't even know he was a defensive coordinator for the fucking Raiders. I just didn't know. I didn't know that. Man, you think Debo at this season he would eat for sure with Mike McDaniel? Hey, Debo is Debo too. Debo like, hey, if y'all get Mike McDaniel slim, I'll take a team friendly deal, and I definitely roll back. I'll run it back with y'all. Man, if McDermott get fired, he for sure getting a head coaching job. Would you take him in Baltimore? You just see Miami. Oh yeah. Here y'all go. Breaking news, baby. I do not want Dable. Don't like his body language or attitudes. Are you saying that from a play calling perspective, or him being a head coach? Because he won't be a head coach coming here. He'll be an offensive play caller. Can he make it work with JD5? Well, he showed a lot of bromance in those clips of him interviewing or bringing in JD to go over tape. So we don't know. But can he call an offense? He called the offense with the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. He made it work. He had a top 5 offense. So we got to look at Dabo as an offensive coordinator and not as a head coach. Every offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator are not suitable head coaches. We see it with Josh McDaniels. Everybody can't lead a whole locker room, just their side of the ball. Everybody ain't built to be a leader of men. Some people that just meant to be offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators. That's just what it is. Jay Bug with the heart me said, appreciate you, my guy. Hey, East Street Banker say, now you would take McDermott. Hey, McDermott would be another hot name. Don't get me wrong. I'm fine with Dable as an OC. I wouldn't be mad at Dable as an OC either. I think he can call the offense. Harbaugh as a head coach and Dabo as an offensive coordinator, the offense would be crazy. That might be a good matchup. Ain't no way Mike don't have a field day with our receivers. For sure, Just. I'm with you on that one. And how you feel about the interview with the Raiders DC? I don't know much about it. I don't know much about Graham either. Word around the street is that he is like a lot of people like his philosophy. And again, I'm holding a little bit of reserve because was it the talent in Las Vegas, or was he not able to coach those guys up well enough to be a dominant defense? Sometimes it could be the talent that you just don't have. Yeah, he had Max Crosby. Max Crosby, I don't think needs to be coached no more in his like. Yes, he can be coached as to how to run. I mean, no, he don't need to be coached. Max Crosby don't need to be coached no more. So was it the personnel that didn't allow him to play the style of defense that he probably wanted? We don't know. So it's hard for me to. But looking at his defensive rankings, I'm good. I'm good on that. I'm good on that. But I'm not. I can't just say that either, because and we could turn around this personnel on defense, and he could come in here and he can his philosophy, and he can coach guys like a Mike, get Mike Sandestill to playing the dominant football he played last season, from a man perspective, from a man coverage perspective, and the zone coverage perspective. Hell yeah, bring him in here. I don't give a fuck. Like Steve Spags, some people just meant to be coordinators. Exactly. Was Dabo responsible for Dart always being in the blue tent? Nah, that's Dart. That's Dart. Dart was doing that in Ole Miss. He didn't run a lot in Ole Miss, but me watching SEC football and watching us play against Dart and Dart when he was scrambled. That was a lot on Dart. That wasn't always on Dabo. Dart is a chaotic type of player. That's who he is. Are there any rumors about DQ being next out the door or something? Nah. DQ ain't out next, J Bug. I'm just saying that Mike McDaniel, and his philosophy as an offensive coordinator, could you see him as the next OC in Washington? He got a relationship with DQ. He has a relationship with AP. AP and DQ wants more of that Kyle Shanahan tree style offense type of play calling the offense. Marriaging the run with the pass that keeps being spoken about, from a lot of these beat writers and a lot of, the speculations that's coming out. He fits the mold. Truth be told, I'm asking for all sports channels what they think of Taylor Green backing up, Jayden Daniels back up, and Ted Hurst as wide receiver 3. Taylor Green, oh shit. Damn, with the cowboy hat, I ain't never seen that before. Appreciate you, my guy. A hat and mustache. Dr. Fapsy, appreciate it. Typo. Are you talking about younger from Arkansas? Green from Arkansas? Which Green are you talking about? Another backup for this is a lot of off-season content that y'all was gonna get from your boy. But I would consider bringing in another younger quarterback. I would consider it. I would definitely bring back Marcus Mariota. Don't get me wrong, but I would consider a young guy that ain't going to see the field. Sam Hartman is only on the roster because that's his best. JD5 is his best friend. That's it. Ted Hurst. Who did Ted Hurst play for? That name sounds familiar. Who did Ted Hurst play for? Truth. I'm just curious. Oh, so Green from Arkansas. Anybody that can be mobile and still run the offense, God forbid, Jayden Daniels get hurt again, I'm okay with. Anybody that can be mobile and still run the offense, and there's no, hey, we won't have to change up the whole philosophy and how we call the offense because we ain't got that same type of pedigree of backup. Yeah, like even Marcus Mariota can still move. He can still run. Trade Debo for some draft picks, need more capital, especially a second round. The only thing is, CDO, you're not wrong. It's just that, he's a free agent this year. Malik Willis, he might be in Oakland or something. I don't know. Malik Willis showed himself as he should get an opportunity to be a head coach. I mean, not head coach, a starting QB somewhere. That's just my opinion. We got to see it first. But the way that he played as a backup, him being able to move the ball, but it's the Matt LaFleur offense, though. Tell me about it, bro. Who the fuck signs Cooper Rush when Lamar your starter? Exactly. Georgia State. Yeah. Hurst. I just couldn't remember. I know it was Georgia's son, but I ain't want to be wrong. Truth. He like 6'3", ain't he? 6'2", 6'3", maybe 6'4". I'm not mad. I'm not mad at I want Traylon Burks to come back and be our wide receiver 3. Or give me a Jacoby Lane out of USC. If he falls, maybe, God willing, somebody fall to like the 4th round or something like that. But nah. Hurst is not. I got to see him in the the Senior Bowl. I'm gonna be watching him in the Senior Bowl. I'm gonna be watching him run ones. I'm gonna be watching him closely because he could be a late round guy that could come in here and help out. But Traylon Burks is my number 3, or number 2. He's at least my number 2 right now until we trade for Brian Thomas Jr., which I know is a stretch. I know we're not getting Brian Thomas Jr., but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Possibilities. Wonder if Tua is gone too. Tua is up out of there. They are going to eat all of that cap space, all that cap money, and he's gone. Did Mike McDaniel get fired? Yes, Mike McDaniel has been let go from the Miami Dolphins. Hold on. Here y'all go. As you can see, Mike McDaniel has been relieved of his duties as a head coach, and he is ready to fly up to BWI or what is it? No, that's not Dulles Airport. Josh Harris already sent the plane out there. He's already in the area, talking about, what type of offense. He's meeting with JD5, Terry McLaurin, Laramie Tunsil. It's already happened. NFL is firing every coach. You got to, man. When you're not winning, I'm telling you, Burks has first-round talent. For sure needs to be coached and unlock that full potential. And again, he can be a great compliment to Terry McLaurin. Mikey may not be a head coach. They just had Tua, but you said it right. BWI. No, bitch. He's not going to the Baltimore Ravens. Oh, well, the writing is on the wall. Let's welcome McDaniels. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Jay Bug. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Jay Bug understand, man. Jay Bug knows what he's talking about, y'all. Cliff Kingsbury may coach the Giants or the Raiders. Hey, good luck to wherever Cliff Kingsbury go. I don't care if he even goes to the Giants. I don't care, but good luck to him. I don't have nothing bad to say about Cliff Kingsbury. I don't think he was bad. I think that he could have got better as a play caller. I think he could have became less predictable. I think he could have stepped out of his own ways and try to understand a little bit more of the under center play calling and try to adapt that into his play calling as much as possible to help out JD. But hey, man, good luck to him. Let me see what he said. Are the replacement coaches coming from somewhere else, or is it just gonna be musical chairs? A lot of DQ guys are in other places right now, so we got to see how that plays out. It says Baltimore Ravens, we have completed an interview with Vance Joseph for a head coaching position. Ooh, Vance Joseph may be the next head coach in Baltimore. Slim. I'm cool with Cliff. Being up out of here. I'm cool with it too. Bring him to Washington. Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and get Mike McDaniel down here. You think JD5 get injured this year? God forbid. It's right to call him injury prone. If JD5 gets injured again, yes, you got to consider him being an injury-prone quarterback. But it's how he gets injured. If it's something that he didn't bring to himself and it's a fluke injury, I don't think you can hold a fluke injury over and make him injury-prone because, again, y'all, the NFL is an injury-prone league. You see how many people are hurt going into the offseason? You see how many ACL injuries we had this year? The NFL is injury plagued by itself. It's just all about is it an early injury or a late injury, or it's going to be a multitude of injuries throughout the season and how you deal with it. That's all. I'm a Packer fan, but I think our defensive coordinator, Jeff Hafley, is gone. He wants to be a head coach again. Depending on how he coaches in this playoff run right here, he very well could have an opportunity as a head coach. But it's so many defensive guys that are playing that is also that you would probably take on over him right now, potentially. What did y'all rank at defensively? I'm not even sure. I'm not sure. I don't know where y'all ranked at defensively, but I know y'all got a good defense. I know y'all defense ain't terrible. He was head coach at Boston College. Oh, he was in college. Him getting a head coaching job in the NFL, I don't know. They would probably have to see another season of him having a top nose defense, and then he'll probably get a head coaching job opportunity. But right now, black guys like Jim Schwartz, Brian Flores, Raheem Morris, you're going to see a lot of other guys. We got a lot of interviews on the way. Clint Kubiak, Mike Flores, Brian Flores, Matt Nagy, Please don't. You don't want Matt Nagy from Kansas City? He want East Street Bangers want another defensive minded guy. He want a defensive minded guy to come and run that ship over there. We're top 12 on defense in the league. Yeah. So if he can get down to top 10 and that top 10 number, I don't think it'll be this year, but he has opportunity next year. They would want to see him have multiple years in the NFL of having a top defense. And noticeable top defense. When you looking at it, like we look at the Packers now, you look at their defense, you like, hey, that's a stout defense. Even without Micah Parsons, they got a stout defense. No doubt. I want Salah's coordinator and Matt LaFleur brother Mike as OC. That'd be dope to have your brother as your offensive coordinator. But like again, Matt LaFleur, he is the offensive coordinator for the Packers. So would his brother want to come over there just to, help? He ain't calling the plays, you know what I'm saying, on Sundays. He's going to help, I guess, put the offense together or the game plan together, but he won't be calling the plays because that's Matt LaFleur do that. I see his brother going somewhere where he can actually run the offense. And that's another name for me if we don't get Mike McDaniel. He done been with McVay. He done been in San Francisco, so he knows a little bit. I want Mike McDaniel's OC and Clint Hurt at DC. Who did Clint Hurt play for? Marcus, I'm with you 10 times out of 10 with Mike McDaniels. And we can get Mike McDaniels. When we get Mike McDaniels, I ain't going to say I don't give a fuck about the defensive coordinator because I love defense and I want a defensive minded. Scrap with the follow. Appreciate it. Please, y'all, those that are still tuned into the to the YouTube live, please hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to Simba Sports Hub, where your boy Simba talks all things Washington Commanders football. Hey, I'm trying to build up both communities on my YouTube and my TikTok channels. So I'm live on both right now. Danny with the follow. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And I had to come on live because as y'all see, breaking news, my number one offensive coordinator, even before the season ended, when I seen that they weren't making the playoffs, when I seen them let go of their GM, and you can ask my man East Street Bangers that I named Mike McDaniels, and I got a good one of my other brothers. He is a Miami Dolphins fan. He was like, hell nah, we ain't letting go Mike McDaniels because I said, hey, Mike McDaniels, y'all make the playoffs, he might get fired and he might go ahead and come on in, and be offensive coordinator with DQ. My man DQ helped him get off of, getting sober from drinking and gave him another opportunity to do the thing that he loved the most, which is be a coach in the NFL. Come on, man. DQ, make the call and say, hey, you remember that favor you owe me, right? Like, hey, bro, I've been talking about him all season, Slim, as an OC. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I've been uttering Mike McDaniel's name since we was officially eliminated. And even before then. I seen how bad Miami was playing. And then when they lost Tyreek Hill, I was like, hey, the writing on the wall for Mike McDaniel, Slim. And then they fired their GM. I said, hey, let's go. He was a defensive coordinator at Seattle Seahawks right before Mike McDonald got hired. He was top 10 defense. He is currently D-line coach for the Eagles. I don't want nobody else from the NFC East coaching staff. I'm sorry. My bad. You said I talked about him so much, I fell in love with his offense because that offense is legit. That offense is legit. Hey, Mike McDaniel know how to dial up some plays, Slim. He's innovative and he has in-game adjustments. All right, y'all want to stop this motion? All right, we ain't gonna motion it to the right this time. We're gonna motion it to the left, but we're gonna pitch it to the right. That's what we're doing. We're gonna show a strong set on the left side, but we're gonna run to the right side. I like his innovative mindset, bro. I just do. But Hurt coming out of Vic Fangio type defense, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I want somebody outside of the NFC East. I don't want nobody else. Another defensive coordinator, Al Hurst, the DB coach for the Chicago Bears. He worked with DQ back in Dallas. That is one of the names that we can't get the guy that I want, which is Brian Flores. I know we probably don't got a shot at Brian Flores. He either going to get a head coaching job or he returning back to Minnesota, possibly. Should we expect a 12-5 season again, or what do you think realistically to expect. Because we got a new offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator, anywhere between 7 and 9 wins next season. It'll be a shocker because, again, you got to give the offense a coordinator, the player personnel. We got to see how we turn around this defense, what AP does with this defense, and seeing who we bring in. Shout out to the 1K likes on the TikTok live. Appreciate it. So I'm a little reserved. I'm probably gonna be a reserved type of guy when we come to our potential of how we want to end our season next season. 7-9 wins is good enough for me. If we get over 10, hey, job well done. Man, McDaniels will be here, Slim. Hey, J Bug, I'm the plane is already touched down in Miami. I just heard. Let me hit up AP real quick. I'm on my lab on my phone. I'm gonna call him after this. Y'all gonna get Kevin Stefanski. Damn, Brandon, why you have to say that? Why you have to say Stefanski? Stefanski want to be another head coach somewhere. Let Stefanski go ahead and get another head coaching job somewhere. Why he don't gotta be an offensive guy, be an OC for us. We don't need him. But good luck to Stefanski though. Good luck to Stefanski. I don't know. Shout out to the 2K likes. Appreciate it. He said Stefanski going to Baltimore. Hey, don't say that. My man do not like Stefanski. My man East Street Bangers do not like Stefanski. Think Sanders starts this season. Shador, he got an opportunity too. I think he proved himself worthy of being able to at least play a full season, off season and everything, going into the start of the season and starting. But who is going to take that job and take that opportunity to truly develop him and work with him? Man, tell that nigga to go to hell with that, that wild comment. Hey, man, he said y'all about to get Stefanski, bro. I'm trying to plan on interview Stefanski, though, real talk. I don't know. But Al Harris is definitely one of the defensive coordinators that I damn sure. Hey, this is a customized hoodie, Rocco. But yeah, you would definitely get this off of the I got this as a Christmas present. R.I.P. to Mom Duke. She bought this for me for Christmas. I got it personalized. She got my name on the back, my Twitter name. I mean, my content name and all that. So, but you can get off. I think she got off of NFL Shop or Fanatics. One of the two. I think his dad finna hop and to be coach. To be honest, Dion taking the Cleveland job and give his son his rightful opportunity to be a head coach. I mean, to be a starting quarterback in the league and bring his son in as a safety. Hey, it could happen. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't be surprised if that did transpire, but I think he's staying in Colorado, though. I think he like coaching at the college level. Bring Harbaugh to my Giants. Shout out to all the Giants fans in the building. Hey, they say he is top candidate. Atlanta want him. I mean, every head coach outside of Baltimore wants John Harbaugh right now. They've been to call you up to be the next head coach in Miami. Shit, call me to be the head coach, Slim. Hey, I got me another young, innovative, you know what I'm saying, offensive coordinator, the nigga, my best friend. He can dial up the offense. I'm going to bring Brody as the defensive coordinator. We going to make it happen, Slim. Yeah. Give me a scout team going, Slim. I can make it work. I can make it work in Miami, Slim. I can make some things shake. No diddy. What are the biggest questions for Dan Quinn? What are your biggest questions for Dan Quinn this season? My biggest question is working to get the defense. How are you planning on working to getting the defense young in just one off season? 2, can you land a top offensive coordinator to work with Jayden Daniels where we don't see a drop off in production from our offense? 3, what is your plans to fix this injury problem that we had this past season? Those would be my 3 questions. Hoping JD5 bounce back next year. Those Dart and JD duels finna be crazy. Nah, for sure. Bringing Dabo as our OC, and all seriousness, it could work. I think, and again, no, if you ask me a rank, I can't rank. Mike McDaniel is my number one offensive coordinator. Like that's what I'm looking at. My number two, it'll be the OC from that's McFleur brother that's coaching this with the Rams. Number three would probably be Dabble, and number four, I don't know. I don't know who number four would be. I don't know who number four would be. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been saying some stuff that on Facebook, but back to the real team talk. You think JD5 stays good? Yes. Yes. I get the concerns. There was the same concerns. Shout out to the 4K likes though. My bad, y'all. Shout out to the 4K likes on my TikTok live, man. Appreciate y'all. Thank you to everybody that's tuning in on my YouTube live, man. Please hit that like button if you tune in to the YouTube live. Also, follow your boy. This is where you will find Washington Commanders, content being talked at from a I'm not gonna say that. I have a realistic mindset when it comes to the game of football. I can do the outlandish takes if I wanted to, but I like talking real football with people, man. I don't like talking outlandish. That's just me. I can do that if I need to, but I'm just a real football fan. I'm a diehard football fan, but I'm a diehard fan of the Washington Commanders. 420 with the fucking follow. Appreciate it. I am C Young with the fucking follow. Appreciate it. Hey, I did not know how to pronounce that. JD had a down year, sure, but before the down year, let's talk about that year real quick, man. Look here, the games that JD5 played in, even the Packers, it wasn't like, oh my God, he's playing the worst brand of football. The dude was 8 touchdowns, 1 interceptions. Oh, you'll give him the second interception they threw against Minnesota Vikings. It wasn't like he was playing horrible. He was playing decent football. So the fact that, a lot of people are throwing out that injury prone and him, yes, he does got to work on his body frame. He's already spoke to that even when he got drafted to the Washington Commanders. He said, yes, we are going to put in the plan. AP said they're going to put in. Shout out to the 6K likes. Appreciate you. They had already put in a plan to progress him throughout his career. Not, one offseason, we're going to see him, chiseled up and his legs, paws bigger. Like, no, bro. Shout out to the 6K likes. Thank you so much, J Bug. Appreciate you, my guy. J Bug be showing love, y'all. Appreciate you, J Bug, for real. It's not like he said JD5 needs that Debo die. Hey, Slim can go ahead and fly down to South Carolina for a couple of weeks and go ahead and get some of that good down southern food, some of that cornbread, that's that food that really stick to your organs and to the fat muscles. Yeah, he need to do a little bit of that. But hey, at the end of the day, he is going to be okay. I think, in my mindset, I think he's going to be all right. I think he has a good head on his shoulders mentally to understand, and I think that's why the reports that came out, and even him speaking at the end of the season, he felt bad because he could not stay on the field and show why Cliff should have still been in this organization. Why Cliff? And I'm gonna say this to JD5. And I know he's thinking like this, but it's a business at the end of the day. But let's put something into perspective. JD5, you play most of the season and you have a phenomenal year. Guess what's going to happen with Cliff? He's going to get the head coaching jobs that he was already being talked about, even with a bad season. You was going to lose Cliff Kingsbury if you had played this year and you produced. You was going to lose Cliff Kingsbury to a head coaching job. Now, I don't agree with the parting ways part of it, but he was going to get interviews this offseason. And even if you had a good third year, he was for sure gone. You was not going to keep a Cliff Kingsbury as your offensive coordinator your whole career. Shout out to the 7K likes on this TikTok live. 7.1 to be exact, baby. Do you think the Panthers upset the Rams? No. Shout out to the Panthers, and hey, they had a phenomenal season. A lot of people didn't think the Panthers was going to be where they are this season due to Bryce Young, the uncertainty of Bryce Young being the quarterback. But them dudes, that defense they play complementary defense. They play together. They offense make plays. How you feel about the O-line? I know Laramie Tunsil legit. What about the other four though? Chris Paul, I would look at bringing back or trying to find another guard, but because we have limited picks in the draft, I will bring Chris Paul back for another year. He played very, very well to me. I don't think he played too bad. I would try my best to replace Tyler Biadasz. I'm not saying that he's bad. I just need a mauler at that center position. Too often throughout this season and through plays, I seen Tyler Biadasz getting pushed off the line by D tackles. I need somebody that can, set that anchor a lot better at at that center position. Right guard, Sam Cosmi. I want to see him back another year, fully healthy and having a full off season of working and preparation. And Josh Conley, of course. I was mad at the pick because fucking Baltimore got Mike Green. I wanted to take Mike Green in the first round. I think we could have got a guy like Josh Conley Jr. later on in the draft to play right tackle for us, or I would have ran it back with Andrew Wiley another year. But I'm not mad at the decision. I think our O-line was good. It was good for what it was. Our O-line is fine besides center. Yes. Zay Martin, I agree with you 100%. McDaniel was also Debo's coordinator in his best season. Exactly. So that Tyreek Hill type of production that y'all seen, I'm not saying that he's Tyreek Hill. I'm just saying how he could have utilized Debo over here in Washington. Hey, bro, I'm trying to tell y'all, nigga getting excited, Slim, but I don't want to get too excited to get let down. He's taking a head coaching job somewhere else. Or he chooses the Baltimore Ravens, and I'm going to be over this joint pouring me a shot of Don Julio because I don't even drink tequila, but that's what I'm going to drink if he chooses another team or a head coaching job. So I ain't going to get Tina, hey, girl, what it do? Too many coach out crazy. Do we try to go all in on defense? Yes. Doc, you got Dr. Fast Speed for speed. Yes, you got to address the defense as much as possible, whether it be through free agency. I'm not trading, and through the draft. Look, I can't wait till September and see what my Washington team does. Me too. I'm excited. If we land I'm gonna let y'all know this right now. I don't give a fuck. If we get a Mike McDaniel, that's all it's gonna take for me. If we get a Mike McDaniel as our offensive coordinator, I'm re-upping my season tickets. You heard it here first. If we get Mike McDaniel, I am going to re-up on my season tickets. I said, y'all heard me say it here first. That's a lot of money, but wifey might be mad at me for a couple of days. His point of impact could be better for sure. Yes, the truth. Yes, and that's what I mean. Too often he doesn't set the anchor very well after the snap of the ball. I seen him getting pushed back. And when you say why we don't have much production on the interior runs, even though Lil Bill is smaller, it's because of him not being able to set a good anchor or getting a good push at the snap of the ball. And that's why I think we need a little bit more, a little stronger guy. She'll be all right. Yeah, Tina, she'll be all right. She'll be all right. She may not just talk to me for a couple of days. But you got a question? What do you got, Tina? Throw it out there. What it do? Is Mike necessary to see a season like last year? What you mean by that, Doc? What you mean by that? Say that again. What you mean by that? What time we got? It's 1:56. Shout out to the 7K likes. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate you, Rocco. Oh, a 12 and 5 type. As a Washington Commanders, Washington Redskin, Washington football team fan, let go the potential of us going 12 and 5 again. Just let them prove it to us, y'all. How about we don't expect 12 and 5 again? Not saying that we can't get it. Not saying that it can't happen. How about we just let them show us? Let them put it out there on paper and wins and less losses that we can have a 12 and 5 or just a winning season. Period. Let's not. And I know we're going to do our season, picks and all that. I'm going to do all that as well. I did we can this year only because of injuries. And yes, the injuries was the anchor of how bad we look. Shout out to the 8K likes. Appreciate you. I only learned today that we have the most cap money Let's be aggressive, young talent only though. We can't be the oldest roster in the league again, and that is true. But if you go and look at the potential free agents, Daniel, if you go and look at the potential free agents, and you look at the age, the most young guys and age wise, some of them may be already on good teams, and some of them are probably going to command a high dollar. You can't sign everybody. You can't get every young talent, piece of talent. You're still going to have to fill out your roster with some older veteran guys. But who those veteran guys are, we got to wait and see. We got to wait and see. But yes, you got to spend some money this year. We're going to have to spend some money for sure. Johnson owed and won against Philly. Yes, Josh Johnson. Well, you already know the Philly fans. Well, y'all played against our backups. Please bring in Jim Schwartz for defensive coordinator time. That's if you don't. A lot of these guys are probably. Shout out to the 9K lights. Let's go. Yeah, you can't get everybody, and AP has already spoken about that. Him and DQ is that he don't idolize spending a lot of money in free agency. So again, you might see one or two signings. You might see, but then you're going to see a lot more signings of guys that's on that 27 and back age range that's going to fill out the rest of the roster. That's just what he might splash with, like a running back, a tight end, and maybe a cornerback. Tyreek Woolen is one of the big names that everybody keep saying that we need to go after. But again, the only thing I say about Tyreek Woolen, why would he leave a successful defense, even though he had the motion and playing time? If he's coming just for money, is that enough? Would you want a guy that just coming for money, or do you want a guy that's going to say, "Hey, I want to get paid, but I also want to come and be a dog on this team. I want to show and prove that why Seattle shouldn't have decreased my playing time." Hope you're still here when I get back. Peace. Appreciate you, Doc. I may not be because I gotta also get ready to go get little mama from school. Look, DMV Washington is a good and classy team for sure, and that's because of DQ. Shout out to the 10K lights. Hey, Tina with the roses, appreciate you. Thank you so much, Tina. Who is the best fit for Washington and draft? David Bailey, Ruben Bain, Caleb Downs, Arvell Reese. If none of those guys are there, trade back. Just trade back. What Brody just text me? Let me see real quick, y'all. While we haven't. Hey, that'll be tough right there. That'll be tough right there. I just read that Maryland head coach Mike Locksley is being looked at as defensive coordinator. Mr. A795. That'll. I don't know. Maryland defense ain't no slouch. I like Maryland defense. I think that's the best unit on a team right now. While the quarterback, get more adapted, after his freshman year. It has to be smart signings, and you definitely need some vets. No, for sure. And that's what I think. I don't think he's gonna go crazy. Shout out to the 11K lights. God damn. That's why I fuck with my TikTok community, man. The TikTok community be fucking with your boy, man. I appreciate the hell out of y'all. Y'all really don't understand. Thank y'all so much. Hey, I got 21 in my YouTube live, man. I got 21 right now tuned in. I appreciate everybody that's tuning in to your boy Simba talking about a potential offensive coordinator for our Washington Commanders, Mike McDaniel. Thank y'all so much. Hell no, Mike likely a former OC. Oh, I thought he was a defensive coordinator. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on him calling offense. He can stay in Maryland and work with Malik Washington. He can stay in Maryland and keep working with Malik. Nothing against him though. I'm good. I'm good on Lockley. He's going to get a head coaching opportunity, but we'll love him in DC. Who is that? I am lost. Are you talking about Mike Lockley? You think he'll get an opportunity? Marshawn Lattimore is arrested. Yes, sir. I just read that. Cameron, my man Cameron just came in and told me that he was locked up. Him getting arrested is probably going to be also followed up with you have been released. McDaniel? Yes, sir. He's definitely going to get head coaching opportunities. But my hopes and my prayers. I've already talked to the man upstairs. Me and the big guy had a good conversation. And shout out to Rocco with the likes, man. He keep hitting that like button for your boy. Everybody keep double tapping that screen. Appreciate y'all. We need him. We're gonna get Zion Ely coming. We lose him. We're F. Yeah. Zion Ely. I think he wants to stay home in Maryland anyway. But yes, you're right. He want to play under a coach that's been, showing some production in Maryland too. So yeah, that 9 times out of 10, if a head coach goes, a lot of the prospects and committed players, decommit and they go wherever he go next, or they go find another team to play for. But yeah, man, back to the Washington Commanders. And I know we did a lot of talking. Who we taking at 7, Downs or Bailey? Now, all right, let me say this. If Bailey and Downs are both there at 7, and this is a very unpopular take, and a lot of people will probably be mad at me and say I'm stupid and I don't know about football. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm taking David Bailey. I'm taking David Bailey for the simple fact, taking Caleb Downs without addressing the pass rushing position. I don't know one cornerback or safety that can cover tight ends, running backs, receivers for more than 5 to 10 seconds. And if y'all seen our defense last year, when we wasn't getting pressure on the quarterback, damn near every quarterback was picking our defense apart. It's hard to cover when you have to cover in this NFL, in today's NFL, when you can't touch the receivers at all. You can't touch running backs. You can't touch tight ends. You can't be physical with them. You cannot hold up a receiver or offensive player for more than 5 to 10 seconds until your defense line decides to get pressure. So with that being said, Kimmy with the follow, appreciate it. With that being said, I'm going to go pass rusher because I have already started scouting other safeties because Quan Martin time in DC might be up. And man, it ain't no man, it's up. I am Lars with the follow. He may follow into a backup safety at best because I think he's still on a rookie deal. You want Brian Dable as OC? He's not my first option. Mike McDaniel is my first option. But Caleb Downs, I think, will be a generational safety. Don't get me wrong. But I just don't think that he would be that solidified in our defense as of right now because, again, I don't know what we're going to do. If we make some major changes to our defense, potentially, yes, I would take Downs over Bailey. I wouldn't be mad at the Downs pick either. But if you had to ask me who I would want as I see our roster right now, I'm taking Bailey. I want somebody that can win on first and second down. And that's not to say that there's not other pass rushers in this draft that we can go and get. I like Romeo Heights, who played opposite of David Bailey. I like his pass rush too. I like Cassius Howell. I like Moore out of Michigan. And another sleeper guy, TJ Gott, got a great pause get off on the ball. I like Kevin Falk. There's some guys that I still would consider. Nope, take downs if he's there. The Hamilton missed stings. Yes, it definitely does sting. But let's look at, do y'all think Hamilton would have been that much more productive in the type of defense that we got? Why did we get rid of Bobby Johnson, old line, the unit that was decent? McGuire, I'm not gonna say your first name. Man, named Glizzy McGuire. Glizzy McGuire, I don't understand the firing of the offensive coordinator and Bobby Johnson. Again, maybe Bobby Johnson wants to attach himself to maybe he attaches himself to wherever Cliff goes, and maybe he wants to run that same style of offensive line. Offense from a blocking scheme perspective. And maybe that doesn't align with the new guy that we may bring in. I'm not sure. I wouldn't have let him go. I wouldn't have fired him because I don't think that they did a bad job in blocking for Jayden Daniels. I think a lot of Jayden Daniels' issues happened outside of the pocket. Him abandoning the block that was being set for him. That's just me. We may switch to a 3-4 defense. Woo. You pressure the QB to cover your secondary defensively, take Bailey, and that's what That's just my philosophy in football. Name me one cornerback that don't have at least a decent pass rush that's locked down. I mean, yeah, you got guys that may not get picked on and stuff like that. But you look at around the league, you go and look at, again, maybe one of the best cornerbacks in the league this year, Patrick Surtain II. Who do he have as a pass rusher? Nick Bonito. How many sacks do he got this year? 14 or more? 13 or 14, 12? So he got 12 plus sacks this year. That helps out a Patrick Surtain to be able to play a lot more physical, a lot more close. He's able to gamble a lot more because guess what's going to happen to that QB if he hold on to that ball more than 5 seconds? Shit, for Nick Bonito and his get-off pause, more than 3 seconds. Schlim is going to be thrown off of his mark. He's not going to be, his feet ain't going to be set, and it's going to be an irrational throw that's going to help Patrick Surtain out on the back end pause. That's just my mindset. And I might be wrong, y'all, but I just look at when you have an efficient, Caleb Downs is generational, and I'm saying that again. But I think that you can go and get some other safeties. Go check out Emmanuel for Toledo. Go check out Typhon for Texas, safety for Texas. Strongman and Notre Dame. You got some guys that you can go and get in that later round that if we get pressure, that's be sufficient. They be sufficient enough on the back end pause. And we got to get another cornerback. What cornerback we going to get? Dan Alaska agrees with you about the OC choice. Yes, sir. Dan, no. I still question a little bit of what he was saying a little bit earlier about Archie Manning being the number one quarterback. He's the best quarterback coming. If he would have came out this year, he probably would have off a name alone. Production wise, I don't think Archie Manning was the best QB production wise. Potential, yes, he does have the potential. Don't get me wrong, but production at Texas was not better than Mendoza in Indiana. Was not better than Dante Moore in Oregon. It might have been a little bit better than Ty Simpson. Or is it Simpson, whatever his last name is, at Alabama, but I don't know, man. Oh shit, Dr. Malika in the building on the TikTok, y'all, and I did not change up my gifts. I'm so sorry, Doc. I apologize. Again, when the news dropped about McDaniels, I was working and I just said, fuck it. I need to go live by 12:30 so that I can have enough time with y'all because I gotta go pick up my daughter at 3. So I'm sorry. My bad. Oh, and I do got a mock draft coming up to y'all. I'm gonna probably drop it today. I'm gonna probably drop it on later today. Y'all stay tuned to that. It's gonna be on my YouTube shorts. And y'all already know TikTok. I'm gonna drop that. I'm gonna go ahead and drop that good old mock draft that I cooked up. When I'm bored, I just go on PFF and I just cook up a lot of mock drafts. Good point. The scheme definitely impacts the player. So we can't say Hamilton would have been the same here. McDonald had him all over and to his strength and played to his strength. Yes, and that's what it could have been good for us, but would he be as dominant as we see in Baltimore? And look, and you go look at Cal Hamilton. The year that rookie year he had, Van Noy had 10 sacks. Van Noy, a veteran. Nobody thought, and you can ask East Street Bangers himself. He's a Baltimore fan. Nobody knew that Van Noy was going to come out and had 10 sacks last year. But you see how Cal Hamilton was able to play off of that in the year before that. Like they got now, can they get better at pass rushing? Yes, I'm pretty sure East Street Bangers would agree with that. But they have a good front 7 on defense, and that allows a Cal Hamilton to play a lot free. I don't think Caleb Downs will be able to do that here in Washington with the roster that we have currently right now. I just don't think so. That's just my honest opinion, my humble opinion. Oh shit. Dr. Malika sent the hot me, baby. Thank you. Appreciate you. Sounds really likely with McDaniels reuniting with DQ. And that's what I'm saying, J Mac. Let's reunite. Mike McDaniels, let's go ahead and reunite. Bucks Rashad White wants to come to DC. Yes, he do. He didn't change his profile pic to him and JD5. Like he didn't posted pictures with him and JD5. Like, yeah, that's where I want to be at. Somebody said, hey, we got the 3-piece wing or 5-piece wing with mumbo sauce and French fries ready for you. The nigga posted him taking off on flight to DC. Rashad White is definitely an option. Does he fit Mike McDaniel's offense. I'm gonna keep saying this shit until it don't happen. Fuck it. I'm speaking life. Ramsey out of USC. Yes, true. That is another safety that a lot of people are talking about. And people that studies or that looks at the draft prospects coming into the draft in 2026. They are talking about Ramsey being another talented safety. But guess what? You can get a Ramsey later on in the draft if you trade back or if you trade up to go and, if you want to spend some next year capital to go and get a safety. You can go and get one of those guys. So if safeties out there, are they all going to be Caleb Downs? No, but can they be productive and turn into a top safety in the league? Hell yeah, when you got a good pass rush. Let's see. Honestly, this line will crush it in zone heavy look. We have guys who can reach, scope, and move. Yeah, scoop and move. And that's what Josh Conley Jr., the athleticism suits a zone scheme for, his body size, even though I think he still need to get stronger. But his quickness will suit him well as an offense. Downs can't check everybody, but Bain and Bailey pass rush is to die for. Yes, sir, T. Ross. He can't check all the receivers and tight ends and running backs. He ain't gonna be able to check everybody. He's just not. But what Bailey and Bain can do off the edge is I'm gonna develop you into be a full, because I know David Bailey, one of his concerns is him setting the edge as a run defender. Nigga, can you go and get the quarterback? Can you go and win first and second down for me? I can build you up to be an edge, to be able to set their edge rush. I can build you up to that. I can get you there. But can you go and get the quarterback for me on first and second down? And on key downs like third down? Can you go and get the quarterback for me? I don't need no stunts. I don't need no blitz to come with it. Can you go and beat this right tackle or left tackle and go and get me the quarterback? Can you do that? If you can do that, I'm going to pass rusher. Fuck that. Give me a pass rusher. And I know Bain is a better edge. He's better at setting the edge rush. As all the pass rushes, don't get me wrong. But who hit that follow button? Sorry, y'all. Kenny LaFleur with the fucking follow. Thank you so much. Caleb will have play in the Shield and a ton here. I don't think he's a Swiss Army guy here. Still great. No, yeah, that's true, J Mac. I agree. I wouldn't disagree with that. What else we got? Needed for real. Appreciate Money Bag for sharing the live. Thank you so much. Yes, sir. Hey, man, if you tuned into the TikTok live, please share the live. And also shout out to the 12K like. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for double tapping that screen. Appreciate it. That was it. So again, I'm heavily leaning towards a pass rusher. I think me and AP understand each other because he alluded to it in the presser with DQ that he wants to go out there pass rusher. Shout out to Big Bro in the building. Sitter, love you so much. Hot me. Dad with the follow. Appreciate it, my guy. What it do? So again, this live was mainly about the breaking news, but it led to, because the questions come in, and y'all know me, I love talking football. And if you ask me about the draft, it's hard for me to not address the draft at all. But I will be doing lives as we go all the way up into the draft, even free agency. I'm going to be doing more lives. I'm trying to give more content to y'all as far as live content, so we can interact with one another, especially YouTube, TikTok. Y'all already showing major love, so I appreciate it. But y'all will get more lives. We will be doing a free agency live where we look at the potential free agents that's going to be out there and who I think Washington is going to go after. I want to hear y'all thoughts too. So y'all going to see more lives about that. And then also the mock drafts is going to keep coming. I've already started dropping mock drafts when we was officially eliminated. I didn't want to, but I had to because that was the only thing that was keeping me sane due to all the losing. Shout out to the 13K likes. Appreciate y'all. But I do think that the first thing that we need to address as a fan base is who our offensive play caller is going to be. Y'all already see that. Mike McDaniels, just wait for the news to drop. And then who our defensive coordinator is going to be. And then AP and the scouting team and everybody in the the management office need to cook up a great-ass plan on how they're going to revamp this defense and get young as possible. And then we got the draft, and then we're going to discuss the draft. We're going to see the 40 times. We're going to discuss the combines. I watched the combine in depth. I watched the positions that I think that we need. I watch. Quarterback won't be one of those. Great chop up. Got a dip. Condolences to the family, young blood. Appreciate you, Truth. Thank you so much. Thank you. Ozzy cooking for nutritionists. Yes, we need one of those. We need to try to figure out how we're gonna beat this injury bug next year. Jeff Alvarez, DC is interesting. Albrecht, I think he's evil. Yes. I'm just gonna say yes. Anybody that had a good defense last season or coached on a good defense or was a part of a good defense and has an aggressive mindset, and I'm gonna say this: whoever the DC defensive coordinator is for the Washington Commanders needs to be aggressive. And I'm talking about a Brian Flores type aggressive. That's what I want. I want to force Bamas to either punt the ball, not cross that 50-yard line, or create turnovers. And if you can coach up the players that we got and the players that we're going to bring in to do that, that's the defensive coordinator that I want. Now, whatever name fits inside that box of my criteria, that's the guy that I want to go after. That's the guy I want to go after. That's the guy I want in Washington, D.C. I want DQ to be able to step back away from calling plays and continue to be a leader of men. Is Harbaugh? No, Harbaugh is a special teams coach. He's never called defense a day in his life or offense. But I wish him nothing but the best. I don't know wherever he go. But hey, I gotta get ready to get up off of here because I gotta get ready to head out and go pick up little mama from school. I appreciate everybody that tuned in. Thank y'all TikTok. Thank y'all YouTube. If you are on the YouTube channel, please hit that like button, follow up, hit that subscribe button. Thank y'all so much. Y'all will see your boy Simba again. And I catch y'all in the next one, baby. Raise hell. I'm up out of here.